Hello everyone, this is RTSL 2022A, Game 4 against the Eversonrosed. I am USSR, 60-minute game. Let's get into it. It's been a while. Do I remember how to play this game? We'll find out. So 4-4, 1 in Austria, I guess is fine. We don't really have a great opening coup of Italy with US-Japan, because we give up Japan to do it. So I'm probably going to end up coupping Iran, I think, and holding de Gaulle if possible through the turn. That'll have to do. We want control of Iran ideally because we want to try and convert Asia, of course. So 4-4-1 is fine. All right. I think I've played this person once before, so and they said I think it's their first time being USA, and I think they're the first opponent who uses the flag of Morocco as their avatar. That's pretty cool. Morocco fight. Right, just plug my hand into the tracker. I have Asia scoring, US Japan, and otherwise a handful of red and neutral. Formosa, of course. Formosa I can drop after Asia scoring. De Gaulle, Warsaw, Romanian abdication. NORAD will probably get a space. Comic Con. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, what's our headline? Blech. I guess our headline is either Romanian abdication, knowing that that makes a nice big target for independent Reds, or just Asia scoring. With no Vietnam and decol D-style, I can't actually convert Asia meaningfully, so I think Asia in the headline is probably best. Ugh. Ditching a scoring card early for little gain makes me feel sad. But so it goes. No Arab-Israeli war or Suez for Israel either, so we have very few means to deny access. This is not a great opening hand. The ops values are fine, but there's just not a lot to them. Oh well. Let's see where we go. See if we get a marshal set up. If we do get a marshal set up, then de Gaulle could come into its own as a headline. But we'll see. Having a wee think about opening setup? I guess. Anyway, I'm a little bit behind in RTSL after it's all finishing up. So I've got 6 more games after this to play by the end of June. So 6 games in the next 2 months for sure. You'll just have to wait and see those. Do 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 do. They're having a good long think. Ah, they are interesting. Ah, yeah. So mostly to cover against the successful Italy coup. So we will drop Asia scoring, and they drop Middle East scoring. Curses. So that's not great for us. But we'll start with an opening coup in Iran anyway. We are not going to coup Italy very successfully a lot of the time. We've got de Gaulle. And we fail the Iran coup anyway. So, well, this game's likely to go from bad to worse from now. Ooh, let's see how they get on. So my usual play out here is just US Japan to take South Korea and give Japan up. Space NORAD. Formosa for ops. Want to convert Pakistan. Of course, we haven't seen Indo-Pakistani war as well. Let's see where they go. Okay. So what do we like here? We could always use Formosa to tap France, West Germany in advance of France and de Gaulle next turn. Hmm. So yeah, 2 in South Korea, 1 in Afghanistan. We're not really fussed about the Middle East. Yeah, that'll do for now. This is the issue, of course, is that they might take Jordan and realign me out of Iraq, which would just be a real pleasure. But I think ending the turn with tapping West Germany and setting up a de Gaulle headline, assuming we see defectors or get defectors, there's defectors, makes some sense. Okay. So we'll have the Pakistan coup, and it succeeds. So now we have to hope they don't have Indo-Pakistani war. Ah, boo! Good. Of course, what I've missed is the fact that if we're spacing NORAD, we now can't tap West Germany. But that's tolerable. Good to fade Indo-Pakistani war. Yuck, though. Sinking an awful lot of investment into an area that's been scored, which is always a little frustrating. But we can overprotect Pakistan. Although if they tap it, they can walk into India, which we need to watch out for, because with Taiwan, they can still get 4 battlegrounds here, is the bottom line. Okay. Do we think they have Europe scoring this turn? We're going to find out. The answer is probably no. Otherwise, they wouldn't play game 5. Yep. So I think that kind of makes de Gaulle a must. So we'll space NORAD. Well done, Roscosmos. And then AR6 will overprotect Pakistan. And we'll headline de Gaulle. Oh, he outraced captured Nazi. So we're looking to avoid purge. Now that defectors is gone. Decod space is a bonus for us. even if they get there. We got Europe scoring, so I think De Gaulle is definitely a must-do. Boy, and we're rife with blue cards. And we get purged. Ugh, boy. Talk about asking for it. Well, Marshall Plan it is. That's disgusting. But it's the only way for us to now cover Europe. How absolutely splendid. So they're going to get a free crack at Pakistan. There's NATO and nuclear test ban left in the pack. So they've got 4 op cards likely they can deploy to it. Will be looking to hold Vietnam revolts. Spacing containment. Sorry, spacing duck and cover and containment AR6. Ooh, rough start. Rough. I expect to see a coup of Pakistan more often than the ops warring for France, even under Purge. So we're probably using EU to coup Panama or Iran. We haven't seen Fidel or CIA yet. Right, here we go. What direction you taking? I think coup on Pakistan's likeliest. Let's see. Going influence. Okay. That's Milops, so now we don't need to worry so much about the coup. So what do we want to do first? Duck and cover, coup, Iran. Iran or Egypt? Let's go Egypt. 5 or 6. I know that NASA's coming in, but it cuts off a route. Yep. Ugh. Shame. But now we can space EEU. And given our weakness in Europe, that's not a bad thing. But we'll be doing Truman into France first. I think, sadly, if they're going to tot up... Oh, well, Truman into Lebanon, I guess. We basically just want to make sure they can't jam and dump. So I'm thinking Truman into Lebanon, score Europe, space EEU, containment AR6, headline Vietnam revolts, turn 3. Presence in the Middle East, not dominated in Europe. Likely dominated in the Middle East with presence, of course, and dominating Asia. We'll have to do in the absence of decol or destel so far. But we are definitely behind pace. So I expect to see Egypt and Lebanon. Yeah, boy. So Truman into Syria for presence. Containment will overprotect France. And probably take Afghanistan, mostly to stop another 50-50 Indo-Pakistani war early in turn 3. But if we avoid them hitting the 2 VP space square, we might be able to go into turn 3 at 0 VP, best case scenario. Not good. Yeah, so in 4 weeks' time, it's the TS Worlds in person in London. So hopefully some people are coming to that. Should be fun. Everyone can watch me do spectacularly badly across a physical board as well, just for good measure. Where did CIA go? Thailand, that's fine. So we will space EEU, which fails. So they get 2 cracks at the 2 VP square. Europe scoring next. Well, a failed opening coup and a purge in the first 2 turns usually puts Russia on the back foot, so we'll see how we get on. 5-year plan. Yep, going into Africa as well, very good. Continue the relentless march. So yeah, containment will go France and Afghanistan. And we're hoping they don't play into Thailand AR6 so we get an opportunity to snag it from them. Blockade ditching D-style. Well, we're lucky that both ended up back in the deck. Can't say more than that. Went into Thailand. Okay, that's fine. And if we're lucky, this gets spaced. So that they don't gain from the containment. And if we don't get defected and don't get purged, and Vietnam Revolts does convert and we get one of NATO or nuclear test ban, going for Thailand isn't a bad shout. Oh, that's lucky for us. They were hogging the ops. Going for Thailand isn't a bad shout, although they've taken North Korea now. Well, and we didn't get a 4-op card, so neither of those things actually matter. In which case, what is our best gambit? We've got into Pakistani war, so we can use an intervention East European unrest to hit Korea. But not many. Let's see what they've got. They've got NATO. Olympic Games. Fidel. And Suez. You defectors. Indo-Pac. Bum. Okay, so we'll go Korean War to try and get some ILOPS and VP before filling North Korea again. No, actually, we still want to do Vietnam Revolts because we can then dominate still. Yeah, we'll go Vietnam Revolts for access and trying to dominate. That's fine. Never a better time. Middle East scoring again. Greed, greed. And we'll UN intervention North Korea. And they now need to decide if they're going to put down effort in Asia and lose Milops this turn, because we've got Indo-Pakistani war. But we've got SocGov to take India. 2 op cards flip Lao as well. They are going influenza. Okay, so what do I want to do first? Take Lao. Do we want to, no, we want a coup first, don't we? It makes sense that we want a coup first. Although if they've got Asia scoring, we also want to keep the pressure on there. So we'll flip Lao. But if they move to Burma, we'll definitely be playing into India. Yeah. Okay, well that settles that. So we'll take India and see if they drop. We've got 2 unknown cards. They've got Olympic, Fidel, and Suez. Boy, D-Star to space. I ain't going anywhere in South America this game, am I? Korean War to coup Panama. They don't have Asia scoring. That's nice for us. That's a little bonus. But we will not be eventing into a Pakistani war thanks to them being adjacent to both. Which gives us precious little other choice, really. Okay. So they've definitely just got Olympic, Fidel, and Suez. And we know they can space. So Fidel or Suez will go. I think we have to try spacing Indo-Pakistani war to try and cut them off. Libya. Fine. Good. Now they have to play one of those two op cards, 2 or 3 op cards, Fidel and Suez. That's good for us. Not necessarily the most wasted space. I must have not tracked the cards properly, because now that doesn't add up. Brilliant. Great work, dude. Great work, great work. So now I'm going to go back to the cards and work out which one I mistook. Which one went in the early game? Nope, nope, no. Suez or Fidel or Olympic? Nope. Turn 2. Oh, did I play Suez in turn 1? Am I being dense? No, I didn't. I played the other red 3 up cards. Oh, Olympic Games went in AR1. Dumbass. Right, so he really is holding Fidel and Suez, but it's probably a good thing I stopped and checked, since I clearly don't have a clue. And I'm going to... we'll cover North Korea again, against being tapped. Oh, that's very dull and dismal. Broosh. There really isn't much to do here, is there? One in Panama to cover Voice of America. So we'll be going in at +3. That's terrible. Several points behind. Totally undeveloped in Africa and South America. That's very bad. So all in all, a kind of crummy day at the office. So we'll see what redemptive features we can find, if any. Double tap on North Korea again? No. Repair. And Africa, that's not bad. Good. Hunter's good. Asia's good. Decol's good. This is workable. Very workable. Guess we'll be holding Panama if we can. An OAS. Gross. Oh boy. Okay. So, Asia scoring, which we need to try and convert with Decol. Defectors is out the deck. That's a bonus. Puppet governments, OAS, and Panama. Salt of the Earth and Muslim Rev. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. I guess we've got to go Decol to cover Africa's scoring as much as anything. Disappointing. Ah, well that's handy for us because now we can put enough into dominate in Asia and take the other three. Perfect. That went well for us. That went about as well as it could possibly go. Oh, but what's diabolical is Bear Trap plus puppet governments. We can't space two things. But we definitely want to try spacing something because we want that 2VP square. Salt D style is definitely high up the agenda. I think we definitely want to be eventing D style. So we could go Panama Canal returned and then use Hunter to try and realign Venezuela. Okay. Straight repair. Not the most exciting and flashy play. I think we probably want to now try spacing puppet governments and try and get to the 2-0 square first. Great work, Roscosmos. Proud of you. No gulags today. So that's good for us because even if they one small step, they're just at the peaking, not the 3VP square. Middle East has scored, so I'm definitely using Muslim Rev for ops. This is great. Wow. Okay, so I think we definitely salt D style here to get into South America and gain a card. Because what we also want to be doing this turn is trying to avoid bear trapping ourselves and making Panama Canal and OAS a worst case scenario. So whatever they coup, we counter coup. or at least we have a coup, and then we de-style at DEFCON 2. And we need to make sure we have enough influence in South America that we can't get Voice of America out. And of course, there is a risk we will simply get Voice of America out. Okay, I thought when they repaired Indonesia that was likely. And so it goes. So what does that leave us with? Do we de-style immediately? Yes, because if they coup somewhere in South America, we can junta. Dicey, but we're going to give them a go at it. In fact, we have the Muslim Rev counter coup, of course, because junta would be a one-op coup, which is intrinsically problematic. And if they do Voice of America us now, that's sad, but we have junta to get back in the turn after. Let's see what they do. It's dicey. And if they don't coup Venezuela or Brazil, oh, clever. Okay, well done them. But we have Colombia for realign. Let's not play into Argentina. Let's overprotect Nigeria against flipping. Well, we're going to get 3 VP here from We Will Bury You. Fidel to space. Sensible. Even with it scored. Oh boy. Event and repair Panama Canal returned. That's not great. This is making Hunter harder and harder, but I think Hunter's now our headline. Which means we're either cooing with the China card, or the cooing Saharan states with the China card is big and ballsy with Asia scoring gone. And then we can space bear trap next turn and hold OAS. There's a risk we get hand shortened and terminated with CIA though, isn't there? DEFCON droppers in the headline. Yeah, Cuban Missile Crisis and the like. So yeah, giving up the China card is very risky. Although we could always bear trap ourselves against that. I think in the interest of mill ops and having a good opportunity with Hunter next turn, the monster coup with the China card isn't the worst play in the world. God, OPEC is 0 VP at the moment. That's always truly, truly depressing. Okay. Fine. Okay, so now disappointingly, we need to overprotect. So let's just do a bit of spear work here and see where we get on. That'll do. I'm not sure that's great. Giving up 2 VP in the process. But they're going to have to choose between South America and Africa to a greater or lesser extent. But we can Hunter in the headline and take Cote d'Ivoire if they coup Cameroon. Many options. Giving up a couple of VP for Milot here isn't great, but it's a reasonable gambit. It looks even more reasonable if we fluke a scoring card now, but I think given the amount of thinking that's going on, that's not happening. The scoreline being read at this point is of great surprise to me, given how the start of the game went, but we've still got a bit of work to do. We're still on a 2 VP space square as well, so if we get like grain sales plus Voice of America next turn, we can space one and always trap ourselves in disgust and loathing if we have to. 3, 6, 9, 18, 20 discards. Am I up to speed? Yeah, nice. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got 15 removals, so I've missed a removed card. Smooth, dude. Brezhnev, cooing. Cameroon, yep, that's fine. Expected that. What's been removed? Comic-Con, Warsaw, no. Truman Doctrine's been removed, you numpty. Okay. Back up to speed on card tracking. Right, we've got Brush War. Brush War has got a great wee target or two. That's a bonus for us. Nice getting the power cards. MV, Cuban Missile Crisis. U2 OPEC, John Paul. Yeah, don't want to be spacing any of these two op cards, so Bear Trap will probably go to space this turn. But do we start with Brush War in anticipation of a scoring card, or what's likely? Should we have a look? ABM Treaty, Grain Sales, Voice of America. Yeah, Brush War, because we don't want to give it up to Grain Sales. There it is. It's got to be Venezuela, doesn't it? It's too juicy. Anywhere else? Italy? No, unscored. Oh, Italy's unscored as well, but they're just so likely to take it all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Choices, choices. No, I think we want to push for South America control, especially as their grain salesing. It failed anyway, so it doesn't matter. CMC. What they don't know is if they fail the coup on Brazil, we've got Junta to try and realign them out of Venezuela. So we're looking for a failed coup here somewhere. Not going to fail there. So no, dominated in Africa. Let's go. Realign. We'll worry about Africa in a sec. Come on, clean him out. Clean him out. Duh. So space bear trap and forced to event OAS this turn. Boy. Yeesh. Q on Columbia. Presumably followed by counter coup. Disappointing to see Purge there, of course, because we were thinking Missile MV with Wheelberry Gone's not a bad option. What could it pull? Flower Power, ugh. Or ABM are the last two 4-up cards. Oh boy. Well, OPEC's garbage. So we'll carry on this coup war for the time being. Back and forth. Oh, for God's sake. Well, that puts a pin in that. Now they need... Oh, hello. Zoom back out. Now all they need to use coup Uruguay, I was going to say, for maximum... Well, actually, we want to... I suppose we move to Paraguay, don't we? To avoid getting pronged. Or Peru? Peru. Of course, we're about to get cleanly realigned out of France, Africa as well, which is something to look forward to. And OAS is going to be a problem. Just got an unfolding nightmare of a hand to deal with. So yeah, all that farting around in South America. If Brushroar had just succeeded, we'd have had an awful lot of deployable ops elsewhere. Gonna clean us out of Africa. In one fell swoop. Oh my god! That's huge. Well, we'll OAS coup Saharan states now, I guess. Okay, we were just about holding on then, and now it's all gone. We're going to space bear trap first. Because that's South America gone from a potential -10 or maybe -5 worst case scenario to 0, and Africa gone to +10 from what was probably likely to be +5 or so. So that's kind of a 10 VP swing in one fell set of realigns. So how are we going to win now? Lone Gunman. Not even War Games. I think this is the turn that kind of seals the deal. But there we go. These are the margins. Yeah, no kidding. So OAS coup Saharan states. And then John Paul, repair Poland, put one op wherever they've done the most damage. But of course, we've gone from dominating South America to being dominated in it, which is just fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, at least we don't get CIA'd. Well, oh dear, is all I can say. That turn went just about as badly as it could from the failed brush war onwards. Still got VOA in the deck as well, and now I can't even space that. So, yeah. It's going to be Defcon or bust here. Takes the China card back, very sensible. Especially as one of the only way they're likely to lose now is through Defcon. But we can take it back with Cultural Revolution at least. But first, I guess, is Portuguese Empire crumbles. Got some real-line plays on Argentina as well, I suppose. So yeah, Portuguese. Oh, we get to headline peak as well, which is nice. So Cult Rev, Summit, Kitchen Debates. Lovely one-op cards. CRG, gross. Peck. Arab Israeli War. Arms Race. Flop. And Willy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so we go Portuguese Empire crumbles. And then we'll coup on Nigeria. Oh no, we have to coup on Zaire, of course, because otherwise we just get realigned out of Algeria again, don't we? And we've got a realign on Algeria, potentially. Ah, dear. Yeah, and we've got a coup anyway. If they've got lone gunmen, this is pretty much the only way we're gonna cut them off now. Sensible to get Algeria adjacency. Sensible to shore up Zaire in that way as well. Yeah, so we'll go for Nigeria, I suppose, with Saharan states taken. Yeah. Better to guarantee than to fail, I suppose. And we've got arms race for VP, which we probably need. Alliance to space. Hold kitchen debates. Probably want to event Cultural Revolution. Boo! So now, I guess interestingly, we probably want to set up realigns on South Africa. Still want to be arms racing, sadly. And now we're not going to be arms racing because they've got ABM all along. Great. Disappointing. I suppose we want to start threatening Europe as well. Yawn and sigh and yawn. Boo! I was just thinking about setting up a spacing of Alliance for Progress only to get gazumped there. So now we're not too fussed about it. Let's first put some influence in both. So I'll probably use Alliance now and give up the 2 VP. Scoreline racing away from us. Yeah, pretty much the only way I see winning now is with Lone Gunman. And of course Arsenaut hasn't appeared yet, so all things being equal, this game is not going our way. Takes Turkey. Sensible. So they'll put one in Canada and then we'll steal the China card. Of course, Yasura is still in the deck. That got discarded, which is a little irritating, but we may not see in the reshuffle. We shall see. But I think this game is drifting to a loss. Emit. God, VOA still to come as well. Fun. Yep, we'll take the China card. Saudi was the other one. Pushing towards Middle East control. Let's hope Muslim Revolution comes back. Ooh, well, that seems sensible. And if they succeed, of course, they can just... Yeah, great. So now not even Lone Gunman is superb. Well, when you're up against it, you're up against it. Okay, well, that's a bonus for us. We want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Because we want to try and get ahead in the non-battlegrounds. Because Europe's scoring is being played next turn. As is Africa scoring. Although, of course, if they get Arsenal, that doesn't happen. Nuclear test ban gone? Have I missed it? No. So there is still a... Go back to Colombia. Oh, no, get domination. That's sensible. So we got Arsenal and VOA. So let's do this. Arsenal, VOA. We've got no way of cutting their hand size down. Five, six, seven, 8. Okay, so they've got 9 cards. A reshuffle did happen. So they've got Europe scoring, nuclear test ban, 5-year plan, NORAD, Lads, IND, Quagmire, and Lengama. We've got loads of ways to deal with DEFCON. So we'll start with South African unrest. And they can do something about Europe as well. Europe scoring, nothing I can do in the headline. Start with South African unrest. Oh, and we get bear trapped just for good measure. Splendid. And we'll go VOA out. Success. Well, that's something. That was their 9th card. So, are they going to coup first? Yep. That's good for us. So now we can go like that and give them something to think about in Europe. But what we can't do is squeeze Lone Gunman out their hand in any way, because they've got Quagmire, which they can space, and they've got Nuclear Test Ban they can use to raise DEFCON. So we can use How I Learned to drop it back down, but we're generically badly off. So next up is kitchen debates into Bulgaria. Denmark. Excellent. I'm going to use the China card because they've got Lone Gunman. Also, I'm really excited to see if they fill Norway or Sweden or Finland. I'm expecting at this point they're likely to give up, but we'll see. Europe, Nuclear Test Ban, Quagmire, Lone Gunman, and IND. So once Nuclear Test Ban's gone, we can use How I Learned, of course. IND. That can't do anything in Europe. Yep, so now Africa scoring drops for 6. Gross. Quagmire to space. For the win! Well done. Nicely done. No way to win there. Once they could discard Lone Gunman, we were toast. So yeah, glad it's over. Kill the pain. Well, thanks for watching. Feedback's welcome, but I mean, I don't see any major gaffes there. Just not having decol or D-style, having to salt to get it, failing the brush war. It just all came unhinged. So thanks a lot. I will let you know when the next game is. So there's definitely 6 more in the next 2 months. So bye for now, but see you soon, I'm sure.